After creating your project, you first need to create teams, users, databases, and multiple databases to be able to open other modules. Open the administration software. Click on the project and use the username and password you set when creating the project. You need to clear the MDB section and then click on the admin icon to open the administration module. Here, click on the Manage tab and you will see the Admin Elements section. First, let's create teams. After clicking on Teams, you can see that we already have a team named Master. And if you click on the user icon, you will also see that there is a user named System. This is the default user and its corresponding team, which was created when creating the project, and we used it to open the administration module. First, let's start by creating teams. A team is a user or a group of users who have write access to a database. In AVEVA E3D, each database is owned by a team. And if a user wants write access to that database, the user needs to be a member of that team. For example, the piping team would have write access to piping design databases, and the structural team would have write access to design databases containing a steelwork, but they would only have read-only access to catalog databases. Let's imagine we have a project consisting of two units, Unit 100 and Unit 200. And we have the disciplines of piping, civil and structure, equipment, and electrical. And these are the users working on this project. For the sake of simplicity, let's call them users A to user G. And these are the roles of these users. For example, user A is responsible for the piping of Unit 100, and user C is going to work on the design of the civil and structure of the project. User F is catalog man, and user G is the draft man of the project. And we will also add a view user, which can only see the model and cannot make any changes on the project. Let's go back to the administration module. First, I will start by creating teams. Click on the Teams icon and in the open window, click on the Create button to create a team. Now I will create my first team, which is for the piping of Unit 100, so I will call it PIP-100. When I click Apply, you will see that I face an error, because the name of the teams have some restrictions and you can only use alphabetical characters and you cannot use numerical and special characters. I will call the team Pipe1 without any dash between them, so I won't get an error. It's better to assign some meaningful description for your teams, especially when you have a lot of teams, so it's easier for you to find the team you want. After setting name and description for your team, click on the Apply button and your team is created. We can see that our team is added to the list of the teams. The same way, I will continue creating the other teams we need for this project. For creating the view user, there are two approaches. One is to create a dedicated view team with its own design databases and add the view user to this team so the user doesn't have write access to other design databases. The other is to add the view user to one of the design teams or maybe all of them, and then limit the view user using access control section or ACR. In the later videos, we will talk about how you can restrict the users using the access control section provided in AVEVA E3D administration module. Finally, I will create the admin team, which is responsible for the administration activities in other modules, for example, in ISO draft and draft modules. As we have created all the teams we need in this project, now let's continue by creating the users. Similar to creating teams, click on the users icon and then click on the create button to create a new user. In the open window, specify a name for the user. Unlike the teams, here you can use numbers in the username. I will call the first user user A, and similar to teams, let's set a meaningful description for the user so later on it's easier for you to find the user you want. In the security section, you will see that you have two options, free and general. A free user can enter all modules and can modify and update any databases. While a general user cannot enter restricted modules like admin and lexicon and can only modify databases for teams of which they are a member of. Also, don't forget to specify a password for the user, or the user won't be able to log in. User A is the designer for the piping of Unit 100. So I will add this user to the team pipe 1. I will also add this user to the draft team, as in some cases the piping designer might need to take draft update design and see their design in a 2D view. You can add a user to a new team or remove it from a team later as well. Finally, click on the apply and your user is created. The restriction for each user depends on your project and the role of each user. We will similarly continue creating the other users. Now we have created all the teams and users we needed for this project, and in the next video you will learn how to create databases and multiple databases.